Armante's Reviews. It's your boy Arm. Just telling you guys today that with an all-star cast and a poo and non-existent storyline, Borderlands should live up to the expectations of the movie studios. But for the fans, it definitely doesn't. Here I'm going to tell you guys why. So Borderlands is directed by Eli Roth. If you know, Eli Roth directed Thanksgiving recently. He actually directed The House with the Clock in the Walls, within its walls, which I reviewed. I actually enjoyed that movie. Also, he directed Cabin Fever, Hostel Part 1 and 2. So he's directed some movies, I think Knock Knock, so hit or miss. Either you like them or you don't like them. But he directed Borderlands. It stars Kevin Hart as Roland. It stars Cate Blanchett as Lilith, Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina, Florian Munteanu, I know I messed his name up, as Krieg, and Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis, as well as Jack Black plays Claptrap. So in this movie, they go to Pandora, which if I remember correctly, Pandora is the main planet in the Borderlands games. I played the games a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of Borderlands, so I was like, I'm gonna go see this. It's a video game adaptation. Things have been doing better lately, but it's on Pandora. It feels like the looter shooter that Borderlands is. The sets were great. The main story is Cate Blanchett's character is from Pandora. She gets hired by Edgar Ramirez's character, who's the villain, Atlas, and she has to go back to get Tiny Tina, who was kidnapped by Roland, and she has to save her, and there's a bounty on her head to capture her and then take her back to her father. And so she goes back to Pandora unwillingly in order to collect the money by bringing his daughter back. But as you know, for Borderlands and how this movie goes, it's just madness. There's people everywhere. I think the psychos is what they're called in the games, but they're called in the movie. They're everywhere. People are trying to find the vault. Everybody's shooting stuff and blowing stuff up. So she has to find a little girl on this planet. Initially, when I watched the trailer, not being a fan of Borderlands, I was like, man, there's plenty of movies I've seen where there's based on games I didn't really care for or a franchise I didn't really care for, and I'm like, hey, let me check this out. So I gave it a chance. I love trailers anyway. I did not like the trailer for this movie. I was not hype at all to see this. It didn't seem like it was gonna be good. It's just a lot of the fans were complaining about how the cast does not fit the actual characters. I don't know in depth about that, but from somebody who's not really a fan that's watched this movie, none of these people really fit the characters the way that they thought they would. Now, in this movie, not great cast for these characters. This movie did not make me care about these characters at all. I actually met the guy who created Borderlands years ago, and I told him, I was like, I don't like the Borderlands games at all. He told me to check out the second one. I played the second one. I played the pre-sequel. I never played Tales from the Borderlands, but I like Telltale, so I might actually check that out. But I didn't like any of them. They weren't bad, they just weren't for me. The whole aesthetic of the looter shooter action, they nailed it with this movie. It just feels very empty. The movie feels super empty. It feels super dry. I can't even say it feels like a cookie cutter blockbuster movie, because usually those are decent. And there's just some parts that are missing. This movie is atrocious. I know I probably never reviewed a movie this bad. And I've never really talked about a movie this way. But I can't even say Kevin Hart, Cate Blanchett. I can't say they phoned in their performances, because I think the material that they were given was just awful. The acting, I couldn't say was bad. The only person I really didn't like his acting was the villain. But also, he probably didn't have much to work with. So I'm not even going to blame Edgar Ramirez for that. But for you to have a movie that has Jack Black in it as a comedic character, and all I'm doing is, like, all I gave was a little chuckle at maybe like 2 scenes. Probably. I've seen Goosebumps, which people didn't like that much. Jack Black killed it. And Gulliver Travels, Jack Black is amazing in every movie. But this movie, no laughs. I don't know if he just didn't help the writing team. I have no idea. But I love Cate Blanchett as an actress. amazing. Kevin Hart's cool. I don't dislike him, but I'm not like, I'm gonna see this movie because Kevin Hart's in it. Jack Black, like I said, love Jack Black. Ariana Greenblatt, she's been great in the movies she's been in. I actually think, I don't like the character of Tiny Tina. I think she did a great job as Tiny Tina. But every other character, I don't think that was. Jamie Lee Curtis, I don't know what her character was doing this whole time. I did like Janina Gavankar's character. She is the girl who she played in Star Wars Battlefront story, and it was mainly about her and her character. Love her as an actress. I can't wait to see her in more things. She was great in this movie. She got done dirty. Not going to talk more about that. But the script was atrocious. The plot was non-existent. The story, I don't know where they pulled it from. This movie could have been so much better. It could have been at least middle of the road. I think on Rotten Tomatoes it has like a 9% approval rating with critics, and I totally agree. I think the audience is like 41%, which I hope fans enjoyed this movie. For someone to take a franchise that you love and care about and butcher it like this, hopefully there's some things that they saw that the casual audiences didn't see, but there's no reason for people to watch this movie. All right, so I know I did not like this movie at all. There's little bitty things I did like about it. The visuals were decent. I feel like the character costumes and design was decent. Oh, I forgot to say, Gina Gershon was in this movie, which I love her as an actress as well. Hated her character. Hated her character in this movie. Please, just... The action scenes was not entertaining. I thought they were going to be. I will say the guns and the shooting was kind of cool. So there's probably like, I think like 3 things going for it. But the sets, the visuals at some parts looked beautiful and amazing. And then the guns, the way that they operated was pretty cool. Everything else, I just can't. I know I dragged this movie, but it deserved to be dragged. All right, guys. So it hurt me to dog this movie out like this. Please tell me in the comments, let me know if you guys have any positive things to say about this movie. If it's only negative things, go ahead and tell me that. But if y'all have some positive things I may have missed, if you guys are fans and there's some things that you appreciated, please let me know. It hurt me to dog this movie out, but let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what characters you like. Please tell me what Borderlands games you like. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I need to try the games again. I am way older, guys. That was my review for Borderlands. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Y'all have a blessed day.